Hi crocheters of the world, I'm Juana and this is Juana's Crochet channel on YouTube. In this tutorial I want to show you how to make a slouchy hat, this actually, that goes perfectly with the scarf, crochet scarf for him or her. And I don't know, when I actually was working at the scarf, I was thinking of something, a nice hat that that can make a nice coordinate with the scarf. And here it is, my slouchy hat with the same, exactly the same pattern. So it's exactly the same. Can you see? It's so nice and it's slouchy, and it's perfectly for a woman or for a man, so it's for him or for her, the hat too. Hope you enjoy it. It's exactly the same yarn I use, as you can see the colors of course, and exactly the same hook number, and hope you enjoy it. I think it's a nice idea to have it nice and coordinate. So I will let you to the tutorial. So to begin our slouchy ballad, we want to work a 18 chains, and we want to join them in round. 18 chains, not 18, sorry, 80 chains, and or a multiple of 8, so depends of the circumference of the head. So it must be just a little bit larger than the circumference of the head, of course. And now we want to join it in round. So for this we will just be sure that the chain is with the right side facing you. This is the right side. This is the wrong side, so right side facing you. Just go on like this. And now insert the hook into the last chain and slip stitch to join. Okay, and now exactly the same pattern. So chain 1 and into the very first chain work 1 single crochet, and into the next, working only the upper loop of the chain, work 3 more single crochets to obtain our 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and chain 4. Of course, skip 4 chains, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the next 4 work 4 single crochets, so 1 in each of them, 2, 3, and 4. And the same thing, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, skip 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and into the next chain work 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet into each of them. Try to work only into the upper loop. So actually the right face of the chain has 2 loops, and try to insert the hook into the upper loop. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we continue on like this for the rest of this round. So I finished my first row, and I finished it with a space of chain 4. I will skip my last chain 4, insert the hook into the single crochet, first single crochet made, and slip stitch to join that. Cut the yarn, I already cut it, and chain to secure. And this is our first row for the barrette. Now for the second row we will change color, and we will work our chain of 80, and then I will show you how to begin it. Now I have ready my 80 chains, and I want to work it like this. Okay, just let me. Okay, so I want to work it like this. I will chain one more, and into the second chain from the hook now I will single crochet and single crochet into the next 3 for our first group of 4 single crochets. Okay, and of course I will chain 4. And now take your first round and just be sure that you are with the right side facing you, and insert the hook into the very first space, not the hook, sorry, but the chain with this part, not the part that we already worked our single crochets from this, and from the back side to the front side exactly the same thing as the scarf was worked, like this. And here is the chain that is worked. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next, insert your hook and work your the group of 4 single crochets, 3 and 4, and chain 4. And then just be sure that you are with this round. So only for the first round you have to be a little bit attentive, that just to be with the front side of the first round. Okay, insert the hook into the next space, pull the chain through it from the back side to the front side. Then this is our first chain worked. Then from the next 1, 2, 3, 4, count 4, and into the next work your 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and chain 4, and so on until the end of the round. And I will show you at the end actually how to join together. So I almost finished my second round, and now I have my last chain 4. I chain 4 here, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now with this chain 4 I insert it into the last chain 4 space of the first round, and now to finish, insert the hook into the last chain, insert the hook into the first single crochet made, and pull. Now we have 3 loops actually on the hook, and pull through all in once. Chain 1 to secure, and cut your yarn. And this is how we have to go on to complete our barrette. Now, because I will have at the end of each round 2 of these tails, I suggest you to work maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and then to take your needle, wool needle, and wave in the ends, because like this at the end of the project you will be on the wrong side, of course. At the end of the project you will just have a nice, and oh come on, you can do it, yes you can, you will have a nice and perfect project. Okay, so that's all. I just want to show you how to do it. Okay, now I will chain 80 with the gray, light gray, and I will be back to show you one more time how to work it. Here my 80 plus 1 chain. I already worked my first single crochet group and chain 4, and now exactly as we did with the second round, I just want to, I'm searching for the, it's here, it's really difficult to find it. Okay, and this is the first chain 4 space, insert the chain, so pull actually all the chain like this, and just work your first joining part. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next, work 1, 2, 3 and 4 single crochets, then chain 4 and continue on like this from the back side, always from the back side. It's really easy, and from my point of view it's a nice and relaxing way of crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, insert the hook into the next and work your single crochets, 4 single crochets and the chain of 4, and so on. Now I will go on for, now these are 3 rounds, I will go on for 7 more rounds, so to have 10, and then I will be back to show you how to actually, 10 or 12 depends, and I will be back to show you how to finish the crown of the hat and how to put a nice border. So here I am, I went on for 13 rounds, and this is what I have. This is the band, headband, let's say, of the beret, of the hat. And now we want to make, to close actually the upper part of our head, and for this we have to work the crown of the head, so a little bit to make it smaller, so a kind of decrease. We have to decrease a little bit. Now I have here, so at the beginning of the tutorial I said I put 80 stitches all around. Okay, I work on 2 or 3 rounds with 80, and I found out that it's too tight for my head, so I begin another one with 88. But it's not important, because you know I said at the beginning of the tutorial that the multiple for this hat is 8, so you can put how many groups of 8 you need for the circumference of your head, or for the circumference of the head that you want to make the hat. Okay, so I have 88. Now what I have to do is, first of all, to see how many groups of 8 I have, and it's really easy. So if I had 80, sorry, I would have now 10 groups of 8 stitches. So 8 means 4 single crochets, 4 chains. Okay, but now I have 88, and this means I have 11 groups of 8. Now we will put again 11 groups, but not of 8, but of 6. Okay, so 6 depends on how many groups you have of 8. It's a multiple, so you just have to count how many groups of 8. So this is a group, the group of single crochet and the chain 4. Okay, how many you have? And you will put the same number of groups, but not of 8, of 6, which means if I have 11 per 6, it's 66. If I had 10 groups, so 80 would be now 60 stitches. Okay, now I have my 66 chain of 66 here, and I will put one more just to begin into the second from the hook, and I will begin with my groups of 3 single crochets and 3 chains. So work 3 single crochets and chain 3, and we begin somewhere, I don't know where, Okay, in one space, chain 4 space, and now I will skip from here 1, 2, 3, insert the hook into the next and work 3 single crochets. So it's 1, 2 and 3 single crochets, and again chain 3, insert the chain here into the next chain 4 space and skip 1, 2, 3 chains and work 3 single crochets. So this is the difference. And then of course into the next we will work with 2 and 2. This means we will have 11 groups of 4, 44 chains in my case, okay? Now I will just go on like this with this round, and I will be back to show you how to begin the next round. So I almost finished this round. I have my last chain 3 and I insert it into the last chain 4. Of course I will work the same method to join, and chain 1 and cut the yarn. For the next, as I said, so as you can see, it's already a little bit more tight. Now for the next, I already have my 44 chains here, 45 actually, 44 plus 1, and in this one we will work 2 single crochets and chain 2 and skip 2 chains, okay? So depends, I am repeating this because it's important for the decreases actually part. So it's multiple of 8 and we have the groups of 8. Depends on how many we put, okay? And this multiple, the same group, so we have the same, we have to maintain the same group of the multiple, but we change the multiple from 8 to 6, from 6 to 4. Okay, so that's all. And now instead of 66, so I put 88 for the entire hat, then 66 for the first decreasing round and 44 for the next. And I will work only 2 single crochets and I will chain 2 and I will skip 2 chains. Now insert the hook into the first chain 3 space, not the hook but the chain, sorry, and skip 2 chains, and then insert the hook into the next and work 2 single crochets. And now we will go on like this, chain 2, insert the hook into the very next chain, which is this one. I forgot to chain, but it's okay. And do the same thing. So, oops, skip. This is worked, skip 2 chains and into the next 2 work 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and we just want to go on like this into the next. Skip 2 chains and into the next 2 work 2 single crochets, okay, and chain 2 and so on. For this round I will work like this. I will work only single crochets, and here I will insert the hook into the first chain 2 space, and it's here that I will work 1 single crochet, just one, and where we have the group of 2 single crochets, I'm working the tails too. We want to decrease, and then again into the chain 2 space work 1 single crochet, and where you have the 2 single crochets work a decrease. So both, oops, I want to work the tails too, okay, like this, and again into the chain 2 space 1 single crochet, and where we have our 2 single crochets, just work a decrease. So I just insert the hook into the first single crochet and slip stitch, and I have 22 single crochets here. Now into the last round we will work like this. We skip the first single crochet and into the next work 1 single crochet, skip 1 single crochet and work 1 single crochet into the next, skip 1 single crochet and work 1 single crochet into the next, and just go on like this. So from 22 we will have 11, and then with the needle we will just close the remaining space here, and that's all for the crown. And we have to work the border. So I cut a longer yarn and I have here my needle, and on the back wrong side of the hat I just insert my needle into 1 single crochet and into the other, and so on like this. And you just want to go on, and now we have again just a little bit, and here we are. Okay, just perfect. And we finished the crown of our hat. So we have to put the border, and we are ready. Okay, this is my slouchy hat ready, and it looks really sweet. It's nice for autumn, but also for for winter. But because we will put a nice border, so it's the border that cover the earrings, so the ear, sorry, and the rest it's just perfect. It's fluffy, it's nice, and it can be used for winter too. So let's get started with the border, and around the border we have the plain multiple of 8, so I have 88 stitches. You can put, as I said, the circumference that you need, and I just want to change hook. So I worked all the project with 5mm hook, and I will work the border with 4mm hook. Okay, now let's get started. The first round will be really easy, a round of double crochets. That's all. So I will insert the hook in one of my single crochet group here, so into the first single crochet I will work a chain of 3 for the first double crochet, and then I just want to go on and work 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and into the chain 4 I will work 4 more double crochets, but I will work actually into the chain. Okay, so insert the hook into each of your chain and work in each one double crochet, and this will be our very first round. So I finished my first double crochet round, and now from the second we will work like this: chain 2 and around, so front post 2, 2 double crochet, front post, 2 double crochet, back post, for the length that you want to be your border. So yarn over around the chain 3 of the first row, work your first front post double crochet, and around the second one, and now back post double crochet around the next 2, 1 and 2, and then again 2 front post double crochets and around the next 2 we will work 2 back post double crochet, and again front post. So we have the when we say front post, it's because we have the hook on the back side, so we have front, it's here in the front, the double crochet. Back post because we have the can you see we have the double crochet on the back side. So again back post and front post, and you will just go on for how many rounds you want. I said how many rounds I put in the intro of the tutorial, and you saw it, how it looks, mine, so you can just consider. Okay, this is what I have, and I just want to go on to finish it. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this tutorial, hope you enjoyed this my idea of a slouchy beret, and see you at the next tutorial.